Joe, and I smell good. Today, I want to do a quick comparison. Might not be worth your time because I don't even know if these fragrances are still being manufactured, though I'm pretty sure you can still find them online right now. So I figured it's worth talking about them because I think they're fun, I think they're different, and I think a lot of other fragrances that say they have these notes are lying. So I want to talk to you today about two fragrances. I want to talk to you about Light Blue Italian Love and Light Blue Forever. I'm going to begin and I'm just going to spray on test strips each so I can kind of talk back and forth about them. I think it was a weird decision by, oops, dropped a strip. 1 second. I think it was a weird decision for Dolce & Gabbana to release these fragrances 1 year after the other because they are extremely close to one another, but I think there is one that's better than the other, and I'll explain why. But, well, I'll just tell you in a minute here. Let me spray this. Okay. So, you know what? Here, let me talk about the notes in each. They're very, very close notes. So, I'll talk about Forever first, since that one came out first. The notes in that one are grapefruit and bergamot, ozonic notes, violet leaf, Java vetiver oil, white musk, and patchouli. And the notes in Light Blue Forever, those are grapefruit, Sicilian bergamot, middle notes are ozonic notes, green notes, violet leaf, cashmeran, base notes, vetiver, musk, patchouli, and guaiac wood. So you can kind of tell that with Light Blue Forever, they're kind of just taking with Light Blue Italian Love, they're taking the DNA from Forever, adding a few things to it, and I think that improves it. But improves it for the first like 20 minutes of the fragrance. So both of these are photorealistic grapefruit fragrances. A lot of fragrances say they have a note of a grapefruit and things like that, and I barely ever smell it when they do, but these two actually do smell like what they say. They're both extremely bright, sour, sweet, also grapefruit notes. The difference I would say between them, it's in that first 20 minutes, and with Light Blue Forever, it's kind of got this, maybe it's more authentic grapefruit because it's got this kind of bitterness to it. Light Blue Forever, it lacks a little bit of the sweetness that Italian Love has. It's got a little bit more bitterness. So maybe that means it's a more photorealistic grapefruit, but I think realistically, I don't need it to be that photorealistic. I want it to be a little bit more enjoyable. And I think Italian Love brings that. It's a little bit more citrusy on top of the grapefruit. There's a little bit more sweetness there. They dialed down the bitterness a little bit in the opening. The other thing though, I think the important thing to point out though, is again, I'm really talking about the first 20 minutes. After that, they dry down to being virtually indistinguishable. I don't think, except for maybe the perfumer themselves, you'd have a hard time with people picking out the difference between the two. They smell extremely similar in the dry down. So really, I'm splitting hairs when I talk about this, but I just wanted the excuse to talk about these two fragrances because I think they're fun. Like how many times do you get like some where they actually have like grapefruit in it and you smell it, but then the dry down, it's got this awesome vetiver, a little bit of grassy note. The violet leaf and the ozonic notes give it this kind of like airy, aromatic thing. It's great in the spring and the summer. And I think they're already discontinued because they do a new flanker every year, and I don't think they keep making the old ones. So I would say this, I think both of these are better than Summer Vibes. I think Summer Vibes is a fine fragrance. It's kind of a return to the classic Light Blue DNA. I don't really like that DNA that much. I think it's kind of generic and a little bit boring. These were interesting though. I really like these ones a lot. In fact, Italian Love, this is what I wore to my post-COVID wedding reception that we just had last year. And oh man, it's such a beautiful smell. I mean, they both are, but I would say this. You probably can't get them easily in the stores anymore because they've moved on to new flankers. But what you can do is go online. You can find them still for discounted now prices. And I would say, if you don't have them in your collection, pick them up. I think one of them. I don't think you need both. I think it's pretty redundant to have both. I got Forever mostly because I was curious. I wanted to know what the difference between the two are. Now it's just kind of like I'll probably just use Light Blue Forever and kind of slowly work through that bottle and keep Italian Love for something that a little bit more special, just because I like it a little bit more, but they are so close. So I think whichever one you can find at a better price, I would just pick up a bottle. It's a great thing to have in your collection, especially right now. It's such a perfect fragrance for spring and summer. I think when it gets really hot, it's gonna be really great. The way this explodes off my skin, my wife has commented before that the sillage on this is pretty insane. So that's all I have for you today, a quick one, but I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you learned something, and I hope you enjoy these fragrances as much as I do. So that's all from me this week. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe. Bye.